Hello and welcome to Money Saving Experts Big Switch Event 4. I'm Martin Lewis. I just wanted to talk you through exactly what this means in case you're not sure where it goes. In a nutshell, we've arranged for cheaper than the market cheapest deals to be available for you. We put our name on it and make sure that customer service is up to scratch to make a switch as easy as possible and to ensure you can save a shed load of cash. So what is a collective switch? Well, it was a scheme that was introduced by the government a few years ago that enables a trusted intermediary, so whether that's a local council or a website like us, to go out to energy companies and let them bid to be our winning pick. We pick based primarily on price, but also we look at customer service and make sure that they're going to enhance their customer service for you. And we look at things like exit penalties to try and come up with the best package. And because we're money saving expert, while other collectives might not be the cheapest on the market, my rule is, unless it's manifestly cheaper than the cheapest on the market for most people, we will not do it. And the 4 tariffs that we have for you this time are all massive best buys. Now, I'm not guaranteeing they will always be everybody's winner. Someone might launch a new cheaper deal during the collective, but we do a full market comparison, including our collective switches, so you can see what else is out there and do a proper comparison for you as you go through this. And of course, it may be that they're cheapest on average, but if you've got very high or very low usage in certain areas, there might be another one that pips it. But that's all good, because what I want to do by doing this is encourage you to save a lot of money. And whether it's with our collective switch or whether it's with another one, I don't care. There is one advantage to some of our tariffs though. All of the collective switch and any others that you can switch through the Cheap Energy Club, we get paid. We get paid around 60 quid. So we give 30 quid of that, this is for dual fuel, 30 quid of that to you. We have to pay our suppliers and the people who help us back end, and we get about £11 that goes towards paying the team, but also hopefully making some profit. But I hope you'll see it as a win-win for everyone. But that £30 means if you can switch through us, those tariffs tend to be cheaper anyway. So what are the 4 winners? This is what you've been waiting for, drum roll. Okay, the big one, British Gas. Yes, I know, British Gas. British Gas is a winner. British Gas is the cheapest. And what you have to do to understand this is the prices I'm talking about are based on the typical standard bill for a typical user. Around £1,085 is what you'd pay dual fuel. How much is this British Gas winning tariff? £745. 20 quid cheaper than the next cheapest as I'm filming this, and 340 quid cheaper than the standard tariff on typical use. And yes, British Gas customers paying around that amount, you can switch to it and get cash back. You can't do it through British Gas, you have to do it through us. That's the whole point of a collective switch. Now, we've also got, if you haven't got gas and electricity, the British Gas deal is only dual fuel. We've got an electricity only 1-year fix that's cheaper than the market cheapest from E.ON. We've got a 3-year fix from Green Star. Now that's really great for those of you who've never bothered to switch before, because while it's around £100 more expensive than the 1-year fix, it's still a massive saving. And if you get that 3-year fix, you know you've got a cheap deal for 3 years and you don't have to bother doing anything else. So if you've never switched before and it's not really your thing, that might be your winner. And finally, we've got a green tariff coming from Bulb, which is a small provider, which is 100% renewable. So those of you who care about the environment, you can pay not much more and know you get peace of mind it's a decent renewable tariff. There is one thing I should say about this collective that's different to previous times we've done it before. We've made you register. And we didn't particularly want to do that, but there was a clarification in Ofgem rules that meant if we didn't, none of the companies would give us cheaper than the market cheapest deals, as they'd have to tell everybody who used them about it, because they would then have to put on every single bill what our collective was, and they didn't want to do that. So we had a choice. If we went with that, we wouldn't have got a collective, or we could do it this way with pre-registration and at least give the 11 million people who get my weekly email or who use the Cheap Energy Club much cheaper deals that way. Make sure your deals are correct on the Cheap Energy Club. Always check especially usage, whether you've got month or year in it. That one can be really important. Customer service through this should be enhanced, and in most cases we have a special dedicated email about our collective switch. And go to the company first, try and sort it out with them, but if that doesn't work, I have a team here ready to come and fight your corner and make sure things go smoothly. Once you have switched, you need to submit a meter reading. That will help give you an accurate closed bill, and as a general point, always submit meter readings every couple of months, and that will help make sure that your bill and the estimate they give you on your monthly direct debit is about right. You should hear from us after about 10 days. If not, contact the supplier before you contact us, and your switch should be through hopefully in 17 days. So what can go wrong? Things do go wrong. Well, first of all, you might be given a credit check, and they then may say you can only switch if you give us a £200 deposit in advance. That does happen to people whose credit score isn't that good. While you will save money doing this, you have to make the decision whether that's right for you, and we've made sure that you can cancel at that point if you choose to. Of course, the other big problem is you put in the wrong details. If you do that, we need to get them fixed and fixed as quickly as possible. So the best solution there is putting the right details in the first place. Just double check them. Take that extra minute to double check. What about the cashback? When's it paid? Well, within 3 months, we hope, and it will go into your bank account. When do you have to do this by? The 18th of February is the close date. It is a hard date. Once it's closed, it's closed. That's because it's not because of us. The regulations say we have to offer it, and we have to be very strict about when we're offering it and all the terms, and that's the end date, the 18th of February. The only final thing you have to think about is if you get the warm home discount. There are two types of warm home discount. The very narrow group for those on the big benefits, if you like, and then there's a wider group for people on other benefits like pension credit. If you're on the narrow group, you're fine to switch with the warm home discount. If you're in the broader group of the warm home discount, then in some circumstances the new supplier may not count you as being in that broader group, and you might lose it. So if that's you, you need to check with them before you switch to see that you'll keep your warm home discount or not, because that could of course skew the equation here. That's it though. I do hope you've watched until the end of the video. If you have, my special treat for you, a little bit of ear noise. Enjoy your switch. I hope you save a huge amount of money.